Welcome to the Ending Violence Against Children Lab. Understanding the importance of empowering local communities to implement sustainable child-focused advocacy, in 2021 Arigatou International's Prayer and Action for Children launched the Ending Violence Lab. The lab supports year-round systematic grassroots implementation of intergenerational advocacy to prevent violence against children. The implementation is based on the guide and toolkit Advocating for Children's Rights and Well-Being, an interfaith approach. Influence local efforts to end violence against children by applying an interfaith approach to advocacy, linking the shared values of the world's major religions and the UNCRC principles. Increase collaborative local advocacy for children's rights and emphasize the role of faith communities to prevent violence against children. Strengthen interfaith and intercultural collaboration while empowering local communities to implement sustainable child-focused advocacy. The Ending Violence Lab involves the global network of Religions for Children members in Bosnia and Herzegovina, Chile, Ecuador, Ghana, India, Nepal, Serbia, and Tanzania. Through interfaith efforts, the GNRC members in these countries advocate for ending child marriage, preventing online child sexual abuse and exploitation, ensuring children's access to fundamental rights, and supporting meaningful participation of children in policymaking to protect their rights and well-being. Each lab receives $5,000 for a year-round implementation to strengthen their knowledge, skills, and documentation, so that by the end of the process, they are equipped to implement evidence-based advocacy using an interfaith approach and increase their sustainability by diversifying their funding sources. Over the course of their participation, lab members receive 4 capacity-building sessions on Arigatou International's Advocacy Guide and Toolkit, Advocating for Children's Rights and Well-Being, Communications for Advocacy, Ethical and Effective Participation of Children, Resource Mobilization and Sustainability. In between the capacity-building sessions, lab members put together intergenerational advocacy teams, go over the advocacy cycle proposed by the guide to plan and implement their advocacy priority, mobilizing local communities and policymakers, and document their experience to draft a generic proposal that could be adapted to mobilize funding for the continuation of their work. Religious and cultural sensitive participation of children in policy-making processes, policy advocacy and behavior change to end child marriage, faith and climate change, peer-to-peer learning to prevent online sexual abuse and exploitation, behavior change to end corporal punishment, intergenerational advocacy to prevent child sexual abuse and exploitation. Some of the highlights include increased quality of advocacy planning and implementation in countries participating in the lab, articulated advocacy efforts between partners at local level, increased recognition of GNRC and interest of key stakeholders to collaborate, evidence-based proposals for funding. Want to know more about the EVACLab? Make sure to follow us in social media.